Hello, everyone. Corrie here, coming in to do the energy update for the weekend of April the 4th. And we are now moving through the 4-4 portal. It did begin to open itself up on the 3rd, but now we are fully into this. And so we have a weekend of the 4-4 portal energy. And so it is a day of the angels. It's a day of the a celestial divine expression of energy. So it gives us the opportunity to really work with this energy. What are we going to do with this energy? How are we going to allow it to work for us? And how can we take advantage of this energy? So it is kind of a time of where we can really truly see the beginning of change, the shifts that are happening. Now there is a massive opening with this, and the massive opening is following us all in through April and through next week. And like I've been saying, these darn weather patterns, and I do believe a tornado did hit somewhere in the US today or yesterday as well. And so there is a big impact of these weather patterns as well. But I just keep getting things are heating up, like things are kind of coming to a boiling point, or things are really heating up. It's getting steamy. It's getting exciting. It could be a time of when we really start to see, like these climaxes of like seeing things beginning to unfold. What have you been waiting for? What have you been hoping for? What is those dreams? Like there's a lot in this energy. So if I were to really kind of bring in something that I'm actually been trying to write a blog on all weekend, I haven't been able to sit and write a blog on, was I had a dream the other night. And in my dream, I seen the smile of a big white horse. I thought it was a white horse. And I'm like, hey, that looks like the spirit and my spirit guide, the donkey that came to me about 5 or 6 years ago. Looks just like my donkey, but it don't look like my donkey. Like, how is it not my donkey? And I'm like, but how is it a horse? And then as it started to move, I seen the appearance of a Pegasus. And so I just felt all of a sudden like I was on this ride, and I was just being taken through all of these realms and all this energy, and everything was shifting so fast. So it's like we're on the move, and everything is on the move, and everything is rapidly changing. Everything is kind of coming into a new time, a new day, a new period of time in life. It's that sudden shifts and changes in our lives of where, you could really truly be, going through making all these plans in your life, and then all of a sudden something happens, something unfolds. Like there's it could be like a big dynamic, like um loss or a gain. Like it could be anything. It's just revealing so much as people and things in our lives are transitioning. So there's these transitions that are happening on the universal energy, on the energy of the universe out here. And then there's also in the collective and in ourselves, like all of these transitions. So we have these transitions in lives, and we're being moved through these transitions. Like we're evolving, we're growing. And this is what they keep showing me. It's like where, look at where you started to where you are now, and where am I going next? And so we're moving through into new frontier, new energy, new times. A lot of this, not really knowing where we will go next, what it will look like, but taking a chance, taking risk, taking leaps of faith, um, bringing about change, but also being able to really come together and to be a support. How can we support each other? How can we be the support for each other? And I keep seeing this downpour of like water coming from somewhere, like spouting. I don't know what this is. I'm not even sure, but it keeps revealing itself to me. I've been seeing it in the last several times I come in to record. And it looks like a big waterfall, like it looks like a dam or a waterfall, but it's a lot of water falling all at once. And I'm like, I don't know where or what this is. I mean, I know there was the big quake, and I know there was the swimming pool on top of the hotel. Like, but it's still revealing itself. So it's something more than that. Like there is something more, and I don't know what this is. They're not giving me like a full vision of this, but there is something that's to do with like either a dam break or like a monsoon of water, I guess. A monsoon. I'm getting like a monsoon of water. And so, like I said, when I said abundance, and like abundance can come in many forms, but I'm seeing like this monsoony kind of energy, and it's revealing this somehow out there and somehow around us. And of course, you can see my office has now become very bare as I'm preparing for a change as well, and a transition, and really moving into a really unknown, doing something I have not done before in my life, living somewhere I've not ever lived before in my life, something somewhere I never even heard of this place where I am moving, never ever heard of it until I seen it on the realtor's map. And all of a sudden I seen this little ping pop up with one house for sale. And I went, whoa, what is this? What is this? And we're, oh, this is interesting. And then open it up, and yeah, that's the one place we're moving. And so, we don't know. And so life is moving us all, and we're all moving in this new direction, and we're moving in this path, and we're moving on these paths of life, and life is taking us on these new paths and on these new journeys, but we're kind of saying yes to something that we've probably said yes to before we arrived. If you're about to step into some of these new journeys, and if life feels like, oh my God, like my life, I hear about all these shifts and all these changes, but nothing's changing in my life. That's not true. That's not true. We're always changing. It's like the cells on your skin. It's like it is sloughing and regrowing cells constantly. And it's like, so is your life. Your life, no matter if it's looking a lot the same behind the scenes, beyond your vision, beyond what you know right now, things are changing. You're changing, you're growing, you're aging, you're evolving. The people in your life are changing. And before you know it, then all of a sudden you've landed. So if you have been experiencing a lot of pauses or waiting and just saying, well, why isn't things happening yet? It's because it's percolating. Life is percolating. So it has to have some percolation, or maybe you're needed elsewhere, and it's in someone else's journey and it hasn't fully revealed itself yet. And so you have to stay where you are because you're going to be either helping somebody else or need it for something else. And you'll do that, and then you'll go on to the next journey. We sometimes just don't know. And it's okay that we don't know. We don't need to know. We don't need to be on a need to know basis. We have to be on a need to trust, need to have faith, and need to just like really, truly keep preparing ourselves. And it's an inside job. Do the inside work, and the outside will begin to reflect all that you are doing on the inside. It does make a difference, and you're seeing it. You will be seeing it. You will be noticing it. Now, one of the big things coming up that I'm really picking up with this weekend's energy is pay attention to the children. Children's energy this weekend could really be, they can be really stimulated, really excited. And your childlike energy will be probably no different. You may feel restless. You may feel like, oh my God, I got to get out. I got to go do something. Like, what am I going to do? I feel like there's something I need to be doing and I need to rush. And it's like, and so you may be feeling this. And so it's a really good time to start, spring cleaning up, cleaning out all the areas of where, you're just done with things. It could be a good time to clean out those filing cabinets, those junk drawers, every place that is holding and harboring junk in your life is the areas you should probably be cleaning up right now, doing those cleanups, clean up those areas. We are going to be, of course, moving into or moving through the energy of the last of the retrograde as well, one of the retrograde. So it's like we're moving to the end of that, and we've kind of come to that meeting point of where it ends and a new phase begins. And with that new phase is that that we're kind of jumping into a new kettle of fish. Like we're jumping into a new energy that it's also coming up for us as well with that. So we have the April the 7th. I got to go back here. I got to go back. So the April the 7th is when I'm speaking about the retrograde. I feel like I'm kind of getting excited or ahead of myself or something. The April the 7th is it's when the retrograde ends. And so we have Mercury retrograde ending on the 7th, but it is kind of where I think it's called goes direct. And so, but it's not really like we also have Venus still in retrograde. So I'm kind of getting like, no, retrograde's not over. Retrograde's not over. And it's like, yes, the retrograde's over. No, it's not. And so it's like we still have Venus in retrograde. And Venus in retrograde is going to really run until April the 15th, 16th, somewhere around there. And then it is also coming it's also coming in with the moon. And so it is where we have full moon, where we have a full moon. So this weekend, in moving into next week, is we have this really good, powerful energy. And somehow it is affecting us in ways that we beyond our imagination, beyond anything we could imagine. There is something big in this universal energy, and I have no clue. All I can see is that it looks zigzaggy to me. It's almost like lightning. It looks like lightning bolts, and it's like, and it's coming in like this. And I'm like, this is a surge. So we have a surge of energy, and this surge of energy is a powerful, positive influence. And the powerful influence of this surge of energy is really guiding us and helping us to really level up. And it's also helping us to become better versions of ourselves somehow. And when we are becoming better versions of ourselves, when we're starting to evolve as with humanity, is that it also brings out the not so great qualities, because everything has to come to the surface. So it's where everything kind of comes to the surface. You know, kids are playing, and then the one little kid just says something about, well, yeah, this is fun, but, and so it's that one little like piece that just is like disrupts or disturbs everything, but doesn't ruin the fun. It just says, oh, now we can't ignore this. Oh, now this is here. So cleaning up is so important in this energy. And it's revealing to me it's time to clean things up. But it's also going to be a very positive influence up on the future and where we are going. It doesn't mean everything is kumbaya. It doesn't mean everything is going to be like, oh, it's all so good and all so great now. No, that's not it. I got all my lights off here. It's getting dark on me. It's going to really bring like an awareness, and you're going to find who you are or what you are, or you're finding out things about yourself. I'm in my packing tonight, found my baby book. Now, my baby book had gotten wet somewhere along the line. It's got like part of it missing. It's got like some black mold in the corner. It's like 54 years old now. So I turned 54 on April the 1st. When I opened up my baby book, I found my birth time. So I always thought this was my birth time, or I thought my birth time was a little bit earlier. Then I found out my birth time. So my natal chart, then all of a sudden, I had a natal chart that was my natal chart for years. When I opened up the baby book, I realized my birth time was 2 hours earlier than what I had been told before. Put in my natal chart, it brings me back to what I originally thought I was years ago. And I'm like, so it changes my ascendant. And I'm like, oh, so my ascendant is not a Scorpio. My ascendant is a Libra. And I'm like, oh, shoot. So it changes, of course, a few things in there, but it mostly changes that ascendant. And so I'm like, oh, so who am I? So a part of who I am, and that sense of how you identify, begins to change. You're stepping into your truth. You're stepping into who you truly are and what you truly, what you truly resonate with, what you connect to, where you feel like you belong. You may be walking away from a lot of drama, a lot of the, I guess, online social media stuff. You may be just saying, you know what, I'm just done. I want to create more peace in my life, and I want to discover more peace in myself, but I also want to really go back into an energy that feels like there's happiness. There's something to be happy about. There's something to be joyful about. There's something to look forward to. And it doesn't mean it's happening for everyone. It's like people are going through their struggles and their hard times. And we're not through all of that energy, but it is a breath of fresh air. So we're coming up and coming into a period of time that we have here as if the angels are lifting us up and lifting us out. That is just saying, let us hold you. Step into our wings and let us hold you. Let us hold this for you right now. Let us take the weight. Take the weight off your legs, take the weight off your shoulders. You let yourself laugh. You let yourself enjoy. Watch something that makes you smile. Go to something that's comedy that's leaving the outside world out. That's not about political divide in any way. That's not about society divide. That is kind of neutral to everything. And it's kind of bringing back that sense of we can still be, having a voice and having an opinion and still trying to bring awareness to things, but also operating from this middle, bringing in this neutral. And so the celestial and the divine is just saying to us, this is our opportunity. This is your opportunity to sit in this. This is your opportunity to allow yourself to be held. So I guess I can just say this. So the energy is really speaking of allowing ourselves to be held in love, to be held in love, to be held in light, to feel the love. And now you may be also, if you're very spiritual and you're very into the really woo-woo part of all of this, is that you may be experiencing shifts happening. You may be having glimpses. You may be having like almost like static or like is this real? Is this really happening? Or it's like you kind of step in and out of realms. You may also be experiencing very, very visual images, like your eyes are seeing what's right here, but then you're also seeing something else right here that may also be appearing to you. And it could be like, oh, this is looking at me, but yet I'm looking at this. So this is looking at me, but I am looking at this. Or it is this, or you may feel like, I feel like I'm looking from the outside, like I can see myself. I can see outside of myself. This is the soul's eyes are opening. This is the blindfolds coming off of the soul. This is the veils falling. This is the whatever this veil language is, right? But it is where we're recognizing there's not that much space between this and that. It's where we're realizing we are this universal energy, but this gap, there's always been this gap. And this gap is really truly dissolving. And it's like there is no real gap between spirit and self, between universe and self. We are all part of this. And also this awareness of all of this operating system of ourselves. There's just so much that you may be coming into. You're like, what's going on with me? Don't worry, you're like many others. You're not alone. You're not the only one. And you're not weird. You're not odd. You're not all alone. No, and that language you use, but oh, nobody understands me. You're not as alone in that as you think you are. You're just probably around the people who may not understand, but there's a lot of people who do understand. There's a lot of people who get it. There's a lot of people who are already receiving it. So there's a lot of mass kind of awakenings that are happening. And awakenings is not one big, awakening, awakening openness on levels. So don't let the ego get in the way. Don't let yourself get to the spiritual know-it-all, or the sense of I got it all figured out and oh my God, now everyone else should do this. Is you're only on the level you just awakened to. And this is where that it's like there's more levels to this. It's like peeling back the onion and peeling back the layers when we're going in for the inner journey into healing. It's like it feels different, it feels good, you're there, but you're not done, right? It's like this journey. And so there is like this awareness of the journey and where I am right now and what I'm experiencing right now and what I'm going through right now. And the biggest thing, and of all things, is the amount of love that we have this weekend and light that we have this weekend to work with. So we have a powerful influence. There is a massive surge of energy. Oh, where it's coming from, but I see it, I feel it, I just know it's happening. And it feels very mystical. It feels kind of magical, but it also feels like, oh, this has been on its way for a while. So this has been working its way towards us, and it's finally reaching us. And it's almost like this lightning bolts, like I said, and then it's like this tunk, like thunder. Something breaks open. And so there's just like this opening, and we're being cracked open, we're being broke open. And when we're in that energy, it does feel very vulnerable. It feels very surreal. It can feel very uncomfortable. You can feel like, oh, I feel like you're on edge. Like I got to go do something. Because we're always trying to make ourselves comfortable, but it doesn't have it's not that it's uncomfortable. It's just being held in the light. So if you can really truly imagine when you're a little kid and you're all worked up and you're having a tantrum and someone tries to hug you, and you're like, don't hug me, don't touch me, I don't want no one to touch me. But ultimately, the only thing you want is to be held. And then it's like someone holds you and you go, that's what it feels like. And that's what this weekend's energy feels like. Does it have a lot that goes with the predictive energy for April? Yes. Yes, it does. But embrace and embody this energy and know that it is serving us in some way. If you have papers to sign, if you have things that need to be taken care of, if you are in the process of purchasing a new vehicle, buying a new car, doing those type of things. And they say, oh, don't buy during retrograde. No, you just got to pay attention. It slows us down and makes us read the fine print, do things properly so that things are done correctly. This is a good time as you move into the 7th and 8th to use this powerful energy for helping you. If you're going on that first date, this first date might be that person. You might be aligning to that soulmate. If all of a sudden your partner is starting to open up to you, like what's going on? It's like maybe they're feeling this energy too, and they're beginning to open. They're starting to evolve. They're starting to release those little secrets that they're of themselves they were afraid to let out or afraid to be seen, and they're starting to feel safe, and they're starting to feel like, okay, I'm ready for this. So they're getting on board for whatever is to come. There's just so many things. If you're someone who has been dealing with health issues or have health concerns, you may finally beginning to start to get those appointments you need, get those answers you need. You may be finally getting on a surgery list, whatever that is. It's like this is a move forward time. And so it is moving us forward. And all of those loved ones you have on the other side, they are so much speaking, communicating, connecting. They are letting it's the shooting stars, the appearance of animal guides or spirit guide, animal spirit guides, dimes, feathers, butterflies, whatever it may be. It is amped up this weekend. So really enjoy and embrace the awe of the magic of when the celestial realm opens up to us and how we feel this influence. And this, sometimes they have to reveal things to us in order for us to be able to make the changes we need to make. And so it might be like, well, why did I need to find this out now? I thought it was supposed to be good. It's because it's leading you to your best life. And sometimes we've got to leave the junk and the garbage behind to get to the best life. So sometimes we have to receive that information so that you can begin to live your best life, because your best life is on the other side of this beautiful portal as we move forward into the rest of the year. So this is what we have for you. Have a beautiful weekend, and I will chat with you soon. Much love. Bye-bye.